The wonderful Holly Hughes and Bronwyn Bishop. Holly's in Canberra. Bronwyn spent too much time in Canberra, so she gets to stay in the man cave. Lovely to see you both. By the way, just, often, you've gone toe-to-toe with Nicholas all the time. How good that Nicholas Reece was the casting vote and the Melbourne City Council saying no to that sort of super lefty motion. Particularly, he hated the idea that there was absolutely no condemnation of Hamas. But well done to Nicholas, hey?
Well, didn't I always tell you that Nicholas had really good points in him? That he, ultimately, if he admitted his socialism, he could get over it.
Yeah, correct. That's it, Holly. Maybe we're rubbing off on him. But does that mean
we're rubbing off on him?
Yeah, but does that mean it is the other way around? Or I apologise for any lefty sentiments that may well be accidentally mentioned. All right, so let's talk about this poll that I mentioned at the start of the show about what matters, what people care about. And I thought that it was deeply instructive that after the lies, the backflips, the spin, the BS and the too little too late when it comes to the tax cuts, the number of people who still say cost of living is going up, not down, up. Compared to where it was 12 months ago. It's almost 6 out of 10 voters now, as opposed to 5 out of 10. The numbers, I think, speak to what we've talked about here, Bronwyn, which was that there's the initial conversation, there's the bubble conversation, as that polling came out of The Guardian that said half of people don't even know about these things. If the Prime Minister thinks he's out of the woods on cost of living, that poll should put him flat on his backside.
Well, the fact of the matter is that every time you fill up at the petrol pump, you know the cost of living is rising. Every time you have to pay a power bill, they know that the Prime Minister lied to them by saying they were going to get a reduction, and that Bowen perpetually lies by saying that all this wind and solar stuff is the cheapest source of power, when we know it's not. So the bottom line is the cost of getting it, all the things that feed in from the cost of both petrol, taxes on heavy vehicles, all those things is what pushes up the price of what you're buying in the supermarket. Now, I saw Vegemite being demonstrated there, and I can tell you I used to pay $5 for the pot of Vegemite I buy. It is now $7.20.
Yeah.
So, but the cost...
He was holding up the biggest possible vat of it that I've ever seen on sale.
I have to tell you, that pot was on sale the other day for just over $9.
There you go.
So,
so he was picking a particularly fancy version,
and that was on special. But I'm telling you, it is rising, and I'm one of those people who really does like to see where individual items in the supermarket are going, and furthermore, I like to add it up in my head as I'm going round, so I know what the result should be at the checkout.